sooner here. This is a better
Jeez.
quad, like what we saw.
You guys are fake.
Right? And we saw how much.
Just after one game, you lose the fate like that?
Great Melissa game can turn out for a lot of these teams.
Come
We've seen
on.
successful games. We've seen not so successful games on Melissa alone. So hopefully this is the answer for Indonesia, at least in the gold lane, right? You got to start somewhere. And hopefully you get that gold experience that you're looking for, gold lane experience, you build up, and then you're that big source of damage for Indonesia as they get through that mid to late game later on.
Yeah, good source of damage, good source of vision.
Please
Well, a
don't
lot of
pause.
smokes actually could either be used against Mongolia right now. This is a good draft. Heading towards this game
Let me
number
not
2.
say
It's
anything
match
until
point for
20 seconds in the
Mongolia.
game.
Let's see
Nice,
how
really
Indonesia
good.
bounces back from this one. But looking
Really
at the
good.
coverage right now, hovering onto our map, we're looking at Super Ken, we're looking at Vin, having or gaining control mostly on the Franco's threat early game. Probably we all know how this delay goes. Continuing, you have great cover now. Vin denies the cover for the Franco. I say they're trying to have a great start for Super Ken.
Is it just
Get
me?
match point,
I love Indonesian
Life
draft
on the line here.
way more than
Best thing they can
Mongolians.
do is just, you have to avoid these Ethan hooks, man. Like, if that starts the snowball for Mongolia,
Wait, Novaria stole it? Stole
very
what?
grim, very fast.
Yo!
And you can see, you know, Indonesia
didn't even
playing with a lot of
see!
aggression here early on. They
got
want
blue?
to get that lead. the
Holy
best
shit,
they can.
MSC
They want to get some of these
PTSD.
battle spells out early on before
Yikes.
the first turtle of the game comes up. And if they
Oh,
can find
no.
a lead on any of these
Flashbacks.
heroes, especially
Yikes.
whether it's Vin, whether
I
it's
can't handle
Moreno,
this.
that will help them set themselves up for success to take us to a game 3. Again, they're the ones carrying this part of the game, right? They need Saken to just go ahead and farm up here.
Seacat treatment.
As we see both teams getting situated.
Yeah, but
Seacat treatment.
Looking at the matchup here up top, we're looking at the glue Aizen. We're looking at.
Yo, that's actually a lot of damage. Novaria level
so
2.
No flickers, no jumps. What he can do is
He can actually do like
isolate
around
members out of the
1k
team fight.
damage early
Since
game.
Eve is present. The threat is there. We have Magic Shoes pick up
On the
here for
buffs.
Forbid. We have extra cooldown
Not 1k,
now
probably like
on the
700.
first 2 to 3
I
minutes.
want 600,
Keep on
something like
poking
that.
everybody out.
Very
But in a
similar
few
to Red Tree.
seconds, we might see the first turtle contention from these two teams.
Damn,
Having
that's
on level
bad,
4,
bro.
we saw-
Mongolia is
we see
fucked.
Super Ken now, and also Cizora is still on level 3.
That's
Now
really
Indonesia
bad,
has
actually.
more advantage out having coverage, having more damage to the turtle. So how will Ethan now be up a vision? I think it's be denied.
Yeah, just great call there from
wait.
Indonesia. Okay, taking.
Did you just get pulled?
fairness over there, right? We got to deal with this.
Oi.
We have to burst that down as fast as possible. Not to mention, you know,
What the fuck?
3 durable heroes that they have as well, right? That was just taken. Super Ken able to get that purple buff from ZXO. They might give this one a go here. Super Ken, take a couple shots. Here comes the rest of the team. The shots from down under. NetherRealm will be used though.
We got saved.
Still going to be going at it, looking for a kill first off. They get the flicker
Never
out.
mind, guys.
Super
It was
Ken
that
stuck here
channel
with
problem.
Split. Aizen might be looking for a kill
Super
there.
Ken is
He's a little
dead.
bit
Wait, what
longer.
happened?
Forbid will finally fall though.
Oh, wait,
Super Ken a couple hits away.
Ken.
He get it? Aizen
Woo!
can't get the
So
shot.
tanky.
Super Ken able to get away
They got
with
the
his
turtle
life.
though.
It keeps on
I
happening.
don't think they can
trying
kill
to
this
survive
school.
this one. Second
enough.
objective is up here. Cizora
Red Tree.
secures the turtle here, and this time around, man, by the ultimate that Moreno used. That time around, Mongolia was like sustaining. It was Forbid's way of like having a great regen
actually ended
out of
the
the
stream
poke
in the
damage
middle.
from Vin
Crazy.
and from Moreno alone.
Man, and like that, you know, it's scrappy right now. But trading some of these objectives for the kills is kind of what they have to do. But what you're seeing is, yes, Indonesia, they are putting the pressure where it has to be, and a lot of that is in the jungle. They're making it
If you look at the
uncomfortable,
gold
basically,
gap,
for ZXORA. It's
considering
very
that they
from
lost
game
the
he had
fir-
previously.
Ooh,
There's the Iron Hook gonna
ooh,
land, and the Bloody Hunt to
Ethan!
follow.
Oh my
He's in
God!
trouble. Super can't escape this one. Will finally fall here to
Oh,
Bebex with
worth.
memory. But it's going to be a trade, the one for
I
one
don't know
for
if
now.
that
Ethan
Frank had to
fell.
die there,
The rest
but
of the team's still
worth.
going to be going. It looks like both XP laners also thought they wanted to make their way, but they end up just going 1 versus 1 in the jungle, forcing each other back, still looking for more, but at least Mongolia is on the board.
And just as that, we are looking at the solution of Mongolia being in the middle of the team fight and pokes of Moreno and Vin, having or utilizing more of that NetherRealm as long as the RW has been placed. It's a great way of sustaining that team fight, but that is
Zorizo might be dead here.
Zorizo alone.
I don't
Yep,
think.
he's
Oh,
dead.
yeah, I was gonna say there's no way, right? Even though you are Uranus here, you have that consecrate. You can't withstand that much damage. So goes down here. Another pickup The next
No notification,
play, though, once
really?
again,
You guys didn't get
Eternal will be
notification
up
today?
Less than 30 seconds. Ethan finding some of the hooks that he needs to, right? But ultimately still, if he doesn't have it, he has the flicker, he has the Bloody Hunt available to him too. They can play around that. Bebex picking up some big item here as well. The Malefic Roar. Aizen also locking in that Radiant Armor.
They're trying to catch up. Mongolia, on the other hand, right now, onto the lead. Yeah, we're still looking at a
Then how are you here?
From Indonesia.
Ultra Instinct?
Seeing here, that's why the comments for a bit right now is just showing. Is his heading on probably for his third item, which is the
Loyal
fans.
fans.
Right now, with the
I
capitalization
like that,
of the
boys.
time gives an extra CDR, but right now fight's about to break here.
Aizen buying some time. This is what Blue does best.
Okay, this turtle fight is gonna decide who's gonna lead. Watch carefully.
Be worked on. Less than half
Seems like Mongolia takes it off.
Goes
Whoa!
and gets it away with Retribution. Super can quite
How did
low.
Mongolia
CXR
get
gonna
that?
slide through, looking for
BTR
another.
didn't even
Ethan
contest
flickered
it.
in. Get the lockdown.
Nice
There's another
evoke,
round.
but
Looking for
Farmsville
Moreno.
counters
Sets up
it.
the RWM in a perfect position.
Oh!
Cerrito can't get away though.
Oh!
It has to flicker out. The Iron
Saken!
Hook's gonna land. Saken will
Saken!
unleash though. In
No,
the open.
Saken's
They can't do
wiping
anything
them.
about it
Doesn't
just
matter.
yet. He's a couple hits
Nice
away.
kill.
Goes down before the double kill. Bebex finding it himself. Another trade, the 2 for 2 from both teams here. It's neck and neck.
Not bad, actually.
2-2, but that win still is coming from Mongolia. Bebex has 301 KDA.
Ethan hooked Melissa, but they didn't have enough damage to follow up.
Using that
And then Melissa just wiped them, actually.
Was a bit of a great protection there once they landed and once the Netherrealm was initiated. From that moment on, it was go time for Mongolia to find a different target to even shut down 2 more. But having a way of looking at Saken's open
Who got late
area
game, in my
was just
opinion?
a bit of an advantage.
Of course,
for them
on the right
to take
side,
down or
Indo
slow
got
down a
late
bit the
game.
progress of their marksmen. But just standing onto their defense here, Cerrito on the other hand is doing great work of the boxing out, even for the zone out.
I don't know how Mongolia came back this much after losing the blue buff early game and losing the first turtle and all that.
For Mongolia, for Bid right
I don't
now
know.
keeps on using. You have the ultimate up once again. A lot of sustain is showing here, and they would really want to eye on getting a push on the defenses
Now they're ahead.
of Indonesia.
I like that you pointed it out, right? Hold on, still gonna be looking for a play. Ethan gonna find Iron Hook once again into the Bloody
Ethan
Hunt.
is
Should be a kill.
going.
Moreno will fall under the tier 2.
Wait,
Saken
Mongolia
a little
coming
late
back
here,
from
trying
this
to keep it
that
at bay. They
early?
want to hold on to this. We're 20 seconds away from that Lord. Looks like ZXORA wants to challenge this purple buff.
Oh my
Will
god,
take
he
it
lost
from the hands
blue
of
buff
Super
too.
Ken, all leading into that next big objective. If
It was
they
just
get
red
tier
tree, I
1,
feel
great. ZXORA gonna bait them out a little bit
Oh,
more.
Saken though?
Ethan was looking for his
Saken
own
doing
setup.
mega
Under
work.
turret, Aizen goes. Split
Blue
comes
ulted already.
through. Lord is gonna be
Oh.
now up. Tier
Oh, that
1
blue
will
ult is
fall.
not good.
Still gonna be going for it. Netherrealm had to be used.
Oh, never mind.
Forbid
It was a good zone.
utilizing that
At the
ultimate, they
mid-turret.
might go
Mongolia is
ahead and
definitely
respond
leading.
with this. Indonesia has
But
the
let's see
information
this
they
Lord
need.
fight.
RWM gonna come down. They find the stun. They have to
Oh.
get out of here. Mongolia on the retreat.
Good
Forced
zone
out.
from Moreno.
And
And then
Indonesia
Saken
might be able to
together.
just go ahead and
Good combo.
take this
Eve,
Lord
Melissa.
less. Mongolia has something to say
It's a
about
little
it.
tough
Ethan
to
trying to get in position.
contest now.
Cerrito holding them down at bay with his Uranus.
Oh,
Lord
Saken
now
dashed
have
in.
health here. ZXORA
Ethan, show
in
me something.
trouble. Gonna get taken a couple shots here. Saken with the go away. They'll find the jungler
Oh,
of
Melissa
Mongolia.
took the
He will
Fredrin.
fall.
Nah, they
And
cannot
this will
contest
be a
this.
free Lord for them as they take it
I
down.
don't think so.
Meanwhile, the rest of the action
Just-
ensues.
No,
Lord
no.
finally goes in the hands of Indonesia. Aizen still on the run. Mongolia now on the
Oh,
defense.
that's bad
That
for
was
Mongolia.
a great stronghold defense coming from Indonesia. As you've seen,
Damn, they had such a good
ultimates
lead
were
after the
down.
turtle.
Ultimate of the E from Moreno,
fight.
ultimate of Saken, even ultimate of Vin. As you noticed, it was trying to poke each other out in the distance because at that point,
I mean, it wasn't
their
that much
hits
of a
or
lead,
even
I
their
guess.
basics right now can even hurt.
Like I
They're
said,
just
late
at
game
10
is
minutes right
Indonesia
off the game.
has
So at
better
that
late
point in
game, I
time, They
think.
were relying on Superkin's damage and having a great amount of control. This is a complete defense against the sustain lineup of Mongolia.
This Melissa pick is
you
really
saw here
shining
in the
because
mid
no one
lane.
can jump on Melissa other
The
than
matter of
Franco
time that
Hook.
tier 1 will eventually fall. Look at the
Oh my
Astro
God.
recall shots here. Ethan's gonna have to
Yeah,
go back
Indo
to
draft
base,
is kind of
charge back
beautiful.
up. Lord still has to be worked on. They're gonna meet them, clash it out here. Tier 2 trying to hold on to it. They're actually going to give it a go. ZXORA now going to be in trouble. Forbid there to help him out, but it's a little bit too late. Will fall in the jungle.
Seems like a
Lord
1-1,
finally
guys.
gets the tier 2. There's the RWM. Bebex now in trouble as well. The lockdown comes through. The Netherrealm is not enough as well, but Super Ken will fall. So actually, yeah, a clutch Netherrealm to keep him alive. But again, How many times can they do that? They're keeping it even economy-wise. Indonesia still looking to make plays, though.
Saken hurts right now, completing and just utilizing. And he didn't even use that Inspire right away, saving for the right moment.
They get the turret.
Just the damage, it hurts. Once they get a catch onto Mongolia, they just keep on going. Now, just by checking on the progress here of Saken, you have the Groshan Scythe, you have the golden
If Ken didn't die, that mid and bottom turret is probably
sword. You have more ways of just
gone,
piercing through the defenses of Ethan and as well as Zora, and not to mention Aizen as well.
This connection.
Molten Essence.
They try to go for that
armor, even the Radiant armor. We have 3
with
defensive
evil.
items here present
They
for
don't
this
work
blue.
out.
So with this point, either one could be
That's
isolated
fine.
from Indonesia,
Really matter.
but the damage right now for Saken and even Moreno is just working perfectly.
After
right
a
now,
lore
they're
is
buying
still
more
even
time
gold.
here, because
Wow.
even by just looking at the gold, it's
This
not
is
too
really
far
even
from one
match
another.
Yeah, they're pretty much keeping it, you know, even.
so far.
Bebek's also just picking up the
God
one of nature.
damn,
Ethan gonna
Ethan.
find the
Why
hook
are you
on
so
the
good?
target. Can they grab the kill? Super Ken gonna be in trouble. Goes
Oh,
in. Can't
Martis
get it
didn't
just
die.
yet. He regens
Nah,
a little bit
blue-
more. They're
blue's on
still gonna
Martis,
battle
blue's
it
on
out.
Martis.
Netherrealm has to be used
Yo,
here.
Brody, get
Moreno
blue.
just sitting pretty there, setting
I'ma
down the
get Martis,
RWM.
no?
They don't have any follow-up
Yo,
just yet.
Brody,
Ethan
ignore
finally
him.
falls here. Super Ken is still
Oh,
alive
no.
somehow,
Why did they-
some way. And they keep it
Yikes.
together. Indonesia now pressing the situation, full force, 5 people up. They're going to go ahead. ZXOR is going to be slowed quite a bit. Appraiser's Wrath on the defense, but look at the shots coming out from Saken. Looking to clean up. Gets it there, right under the turret, Indonesia.
There you go,
Ooh.
Super Ken surviving the
Yeah,
grab
as you can
from
see, the
Aizen.
team fight goes
One
crazy
box
for
out,
Indonesia
one
side.
member from Indonesia. We're talking about defense.
Eve, Novaria, Melissa, bro, and then they got no counter whatsoever for
that
that.
was a bit of a problem there. He was
Promise, Brody.
out of distance.
Virgin, what are they gonna do with it
damage right now?
against that?
Indonesia has more ways in melting down this Lord quickly, and they're having a bit of an advantage for a push. Now hitting the Astral Recall, Aizen's position has now been showed, and that's an Astral Echo as well being placed down. Just checking up where is the members of Mongolia heading.
Yeah, a little bit too late, right? They were trying to see if they could get there in time. Unfortunately not. So now losing some space to work
How
with.
come Guru
Xora
jumps on
trying to
Martis
just
when
kinda
Martis is
hold
like
that
1
down a
HP
little
and
bit
still
longer.
cannot kill them?
Will get forced back. They have to deal
Did
with
he get
Lord now.
nerfed that
He's gonna be
much?
marching into this base, charging
I don't
up
think his
here.
damage
Aizen
got
trying to
nerfed,
play
though.
that front roll. Ethan, it's going to be up to him too. If he can find the hook that he's looking for, possibly even the bloody hunt. Won't
Ethan
find that
really needs to
connection.
land
They
some
try to keep
amazing
Lord at
hooks
base,
here,
but
or
charging
there's
the
no
turret.
hope.
Look at that, just clashing down
No one
here.
can jump on
Flicker after
Melissa.
flicker. Netherrealm has to be expended, but ZXORA will fall.
Melissa
Saken
free
now
hit.
still looking to unleash, picks up the Malefic Roar on top of it. They're happy with the mid inhibitor turret going down. Eyes set on the top now.
This is just the
there's a
damage
hook.
right in the hook.
Finds one. This
Nice
is going to be
one.
one death.
That's
Super
amazing
can
hook.
finally fall in here. Can they
Just need
hold
to
on
do
a
it
little bit
5 more
longer? Aizen
times,
was
and
quite
we good.
low. Turret, they're
Oh,
trying to
Bebex.
hold on to it. Should be able to clear it as they do. A little bit of health left, but Indonesia still planting themselves here on the top side of the base.
This is the pickoff that can be a disadvantage for Mongolia. Once the hook is gone, once the bloody hand is gone, you can find a place for Bebek to land those hits. You have to land those damage onto Indonesia. So one thing they're considering here is how will they make Bebek's damage work into the back line of Indonesia. Because as we can see, there's a lot of B-line, there's a lot of borderline.
Well, you guys see what I mean, like, what can they do? Look at those trio. What can they do about
the
that?
games of Indonesia, this is just a complete red carpet.
Unless
for
it's like
Saken to
a
take so much
hide in the bush and then
defenses
jump on them.
of Mongolia.
They
At
can't
this
even
point in
reach
time,
them.
Bebek is struggling to point or have those targets right in.
It's just all
by
up to
using
Ethan
the
at
right
this
amount
point.
of basic hits to proc the ultimate of a Brody is even a struggle. So by this point in time, they're looking for a great avenue or a great pickup from Ethan. That actually, this is the hook that we're talking about. If that works completely and properly, effectively, that's
It's all
a great
up
way
to
of securing
Ethan.
a kill or even
Yeah,
an
they need a
isolate-
massive
or isolate one
pickoffs.
member from Indonesia.
Team
Yeah,
fight
at
is
least
not
for
gonna work.
Bebex, you know, he hasn't died yet, but you can see kind of the struggle here for this lineup from Mongolia, right?
Mask
The
and jump in
struggle
together
is
type of shit.
You're just waiting on Ethan. Is he going to land a hook? Is he going to get the bloody hunt off? Right? Maybe Forbid can also, you know, flicker.
But that
use
also
the
means
stampede,
if Melissa
drag someone
falls,
if they want to, but ultimately
Indo
it just kind of
falls.
comes down to waiting for
I
Ethan
think
to land a
Melissa
hook
is
for
the
most part,
key.
right? Now, on the other hand, Indonesia, they have multiple options. Not only do they have poke potential, but even just having an even
Franco
at this
Brody is
point,
looking
right,
for something
Moreno,
topside.
You can just set
Oh,
up that
Indo
death
smelling
box, if you
something.
will, with
Look at
real
that.
world manipulation.
It smells something.
And yeah, Saken is having an amazing
It's really hard
game
to
so
camp
far,
too,
with
'cause
Melissa,
Novaria,
right,
they're
able to
checking the
just pop
bushes.
off, use that go away ultimate if he really feels pressure.
And they
but for
cannot
the most
kill
part,
Uranus.
Man, No one's really been
Novaria?
able to get to him that
he checked
much,
the,
right? Other than
he didn't
some
check
of
the
those
big
ones
one
within the
yet.
jungle. Now, as
They don't know. They don't know where Brody
focus
at.
on these Lord takes, that's where it needs to come through for Mongolia.
Yeah, he's
if they
looking
want to
for them,
test
but
this. Look at
he
their
doesn't know where.
positioning. They're getting ready for it.
Speaking of positioning now, Forbid is looking for someone here to spot.
The great counter for that play is just rushing Lord, forcing them to
half HP
go.
on this objective. Zoran Supercan is
Hey,
present,
look at it.
but
If they just force
where's
Lord,
the roam? Where's the tank of
Brody has to come.
Mongolia right
Brody
now?
tank.
Okay,
Brody
they're
more.
gonna make
No
their
way.
way.
Mask,
Less
mask.
than half health. They're gonna force Indonesia
Franco,
back
mask.
here. Look at the damage already coming through. Netherrealm has to be used.
Oh,
already
you
able to
missed the
come through.
hook.
They get the
And
Netherrealm
Saken.
out. Lord's still gonna be worked on. ZXora
Oi.
grabs the Lord,
Oi,
but they have
oi.
to win the fight here. Eisen
No,
will
no, just
fall.
back,
Saken still
back.
pretty much untouched.
Back,
Gets the
back,
double,
back,
forcing
back.
up Mongolia back here. They're on the
Back,
run.
back,
ZXora has to
back.
live. He won't be able
Oh,
to.
no.
Falls in his own
GG's.
jungle. It's only Bebex and Forbid. Bebex tries to get away to base. He can't get away though. Has the immortality.
Back,
Use that
back,
Orbar
back,
memory.
back,
Gets the
back,
stun.
back,
Tries
back,
to buy
back,
time.
back,
He
back,
finally
back,
gets
back,
in.
back,
What
back.
a play. Immortality will be popped though, and he'll
Bebex,
eventually fall.
back.
Still a buying
No.
time.
Wow.
Bebex, look at that. Picks up
Oh
the
my God,
meteor
oh my
and
God.
goes,
Oh my God.
and he's still alive for a
Oh,
little
they
bit
didn't
longer
lose 'cause
before
of
he
Bebex.
falls. But what
Wow.
an amount of time he bought.
Wow.
Diversion, sustained,
Wow.
and just by the Brody alone, Bebex
Wow.
buying enough time for the minions to even push. Having
Bebex
the
don't
Lord on
beg.
their side, this is just
Bebex doesn't
way of
beg.
waiting for the members
He
of
doesn't
Mongolia to
beg.
go back and
He
respawn.
kills.
Completely
kills.
pulling out the attention of Indonesia to him.
Wow. Bebex. That was his first death.
Back.
What a worth.
Back.
That's where you
Wow.
say worth, you know, first death of the game, worth, because holy moly did
Holy
he buy so
shit.
much time, and it kept
My boy Bebek.
Indonesia concerned, right? They continued to chase him. They had to deal with the Lord.
Huge.
Yes, ZXora came through
Huge.
getting that, but what can they do from this point, right?
Huge.
Again, gold-wise, it's pretty much even, but space
That's
advantage
a redemption
right now,
from
obviously,
the
for
glue play
Indonesia,
earlier.
and they're still a force to be reckoned with. Ethan has to be clutch here on the hooks if they're looking for an advantage in the number department.
Well, speaking of numbers and advantage,
What a
right
goated
now,
Brody
this
he is.
complete reset on the waves, on setups, on team fights right now.
No, if you think about it, if this game goes to like
get isolated from here.
full build
If Vision
everyone,
is concerned,
like
Finn
25
actually has
minutes,
more of the potential now to keep using
the one mask can
that
literally
Astral
like
Echo onto this
kill all of
ultra
Indonesia
late game that
if the
we're
mask is
actually
perfect.
experiencing. This is the window of the Navarre to actually show and keep on shining and keep on
Franco just
spamming those
flicker
skills
out
and
Melissa,
finding out
then it's
where
over.
are the members
actually
of
over.
Mongolia. So
And Brody
Vision right now,
flicker
the
first
late game is
skill.
on the side of Indonesia.
Something like
How
that.
will they capitalize on that, knowing that they have the tools right now?
Back.
Crazy, man. Right, again, tournament lives here on the line here for Indonesia. They want to take us to a game 3. Mongolia is just giving them the hardest time to get to that 1-1 in the series, to break it down to a final game. Vin picking up the Ice Queen wand here will help them.
Brody
a little
falls
bit. Again,
late.
they're really
Not
trying to
really.
slow down
Brody falls late
some
if
of the
there's a lot of
members here
tank, but look at their comp.
Mongolia, right? Slow them down.
Melissa,
pick 'em off the
Novaria,
actual
Eve.
recall if you can, and meanwhile, just avoid
Double.
these hooks. Now, the downside too is if Ethan hooks the wrong target. By wrong target, I mean either Super Ken, Chorizo, right? Because they also have the immortalities. And if they waste too many resources on trying to get a
Franco
follow-up on the
useless?
hook, on the wrong
No way
target,
you just call my boy
lose
Ethan
so
useless.
much firepower here.
You
So
kidding
they're
me?
going to go ahead and get ready for this
you
next
kidding
Lord
me?
of the game. Either team, either way. Look at the positioning though.
Look at
both
Ethan.
teams.
Bebex.
Back.
Wow. Points for this
Back.
positioning.
Nope, they
Revealed
got.
though.
They revealed.
Using that Astral Echo,
They got
Vin
revealed.
has
Yo,
completely
Novaria
exposed
flickered!
Where is Bebex
What the
and
fuck?
Ethan. Now, more information Indonesia now has can be used against Mongolia, but
Vin?
if you take this objective now, this could change everything.
Again, Chorizo trying to hold down that front line. Lord going to be about half health here.
Back.
Both teams crucial how they do
Your
it.
Virgin
ZXora
is so
quite
low. Oh
It's getting
no.
poked down
no.
consistently from Vin. Now eyes in the front of it all. They got to
Come on,
wait a little
Ethan.
bit longer. They're going to go ahead and let Super Ken deal with
Come
this
on, Ethan,
Lord
Bebek.
for
Going.
now.
They're about to
So
mask.
they give
They're
it
about to
go.
mask.
RWM
They're going
gonna
in. They're
come
going
out
in. They're
here.
going
Look
in.
at the backside even goes in with a flicker. He
Melissa!
finds the lockdown. Netherrealm has to be used as well. Can they
Oh,
turn it
shit.
around? Lord was secured by Super
Ken
Ken,
got the Lord,
but
Ken
they're
got the
trying to
Lord.
turn the tide of the fight. Super Ken on
Oh.
the run. Immortality will
But
be
they're winning
popped. They
two
don't have
fights.
Saken, and they lose 2 for Indonesia. They did get the Lord here, but now Mongolia setting their sights on the
Back,
top
back,
side.
back.
They've got the numbers advantage. It's looking dire
Nah,
here.
this is not
Can
endable.
they
No way.
defend? They need another
it?
30 seconds or
Nope.
so, even with this Lord
I think
charging
you skipped the
in
bottom.
down that mid lane.
There is a wave onto the base of Mongolia
the mid,
right now.
mid,
As
mid.
recall has been placed. A lot of
But they have to be
members right now,
really
Mongolia
careful
is
here.
exposed.
Eve
The
Novaria
Lord
hurts.
is
Wow.
out
Oh,
of the lane.
Oh no, this
Completely
Regin's
joining
dead.
the fight.
There
No,
he
what
goes,
the
Moreno
fuck?
cleaning up the kill. A little bit of a misstep there. He's gonna land the hook here. Bebex trying to get the kill, they get the lockdown. Moreno will
Nice.
fall. Netherrealm used as
Nice.
well. And now still
Ethan
dealing with
boy.
the Lord here. It's getting a little crazy, a little sloppy, but both teams just slugging it out. Mongolia wants to end this game if they can. This Lord is beefy, though. It's the fourth one of the game, finally taken care of. They've got to manage these
Ethan can
waves as
recall.
well.
Oh
Ethan
my
was supposed to recall
God.
that second, escaping the possible takedown of Chorizo. That Lord actually aided the team fight, being out of the lane, completely
hurts.
gaining an
Oh,
aggro of this.
the promising
objective. It's an
25
extra
minute
bit
coming,
of a
guys.
fight, even
25 minute
damage
coming.
onto that meat point.
Winnable.
So at this point in time, another reset is about to happen. And by just looking at
Now
the
it's
numbers
up
right
to
now,
whoever
it's
plays better.
It doesn't
It's not even up to
it's
draft.
everybody's ball game now.
Yeah, honestly, it's anybody's game, right? I mean,
Whoever plays better wins.
again, it comes down probably most likely to the
Smarter
next Lord if
people
they really want
wins.
to wait for that. But with a pick-off eccentric lineup that Mongolia has, it's always going to be Ethan looking for hooks. You can see a lot of his placement too. Again, this is where the timers, especially for immortality, start to play a role. The winter tranches play a role.
Does he
and
know?
some of these item swaps, right? So now you can see just how spread too
Look at that,
Mongolia
Ethan
is
is
here.
just there. Completely having control. Look at the control now of Mongolia just by looking at the members across the map. From top, mid, and to even bottom. But nobody
Nah, he side.
in
He
the
side.
game sense of Indonesia, they're trying
Because
to
of
be
the
cautious on what
dominance.
steps, on what an approach to take.
Dominance
Because last
effect.
time they got caught by the ultimate, and you were questioning who will be the target, and the element of surprise with the Franco's consumed.
Damn, this positioning from Mongolia is so good because of Novaria ult, right? They're trying to spread out.
It's just a complete
They know
disaster.
Indonesia's not
Can't
going to
be
engage
prevented
with that
from now on
comp.
by
They
Indonesia.
can't.
They saw it coming. You had a bit of a lesson there.
Like, they're playing it so smart.
Be careful
Bebex and
what
Ethan just
the
going
next
around
step
every
is.
team fight. It's actually beautiful.
Two divine glaives present, by the way.
That's how you should play
Both teams
against
pretty much
Novaria Eve.
They're where they need to be, right?
Complete. All items locked in.
They're just swapping items at this point. You know, it kind of comes down to that. You saw some of the potions also picked up as well. This is the thing, though, right? Both
Fred.
teams have a different turret in the base down. There you go. They're going to focus on Chorizo
Oh,
here.
wait,
It could be
Melissa,
trouble. The rest of the
Melissa,
team come through. Saken now
Oh,
unleashing with the
no,
Inspire.
Saken
Has
is
the damage.
demolishing
Mongolia
them.
falling apart. Ethan's
And
immortality
Faramis
will
wasn't
be
even
popped.
there. What
Trying
the
to buy a little bit
fuck?
more time. Forbid was not
Mongolia?
there. Mongolia loses two members. A little bit more time.
Saken
Forbid
just
was not
wiped
there.
them.
Mongolia loses two members. Big pickup in response there from Indonesia.
Chorizo, by just being
Faramis
on
wasn't
that
even
push,
there, though.
completely forced Mongolia to take him down. But the
Bebex.
sustain, having the Twilight Armor, having even the Winter
Oh,
Truncheon
rapid
was a
boots.
great way of encouraging him to step on a trap.
Understandable.
This is going to be tough, right? They are going to get this
I mean,
Lord
what
here.
else they're gonna build
Now-
other than
That's the
rapid
fifth
boost here?
one.
Way too much
OSX.
slow.
We know how strong. You saw it earlier. The
That's
fourth
actually
one,
good
man, that
boots
knocked
choice.
out ZXaura. Right, so this one is even tougher. You have to deal
Okay.
with it coming through to the mid lane. At this point, your base is gonna be fully exposed, right? It's only a matter of time.
I mean, I don't
before
think
those
that's
swords
Faramis'
go down.
fault
Indonesia will
for
wait
not
to
being
walk
there.
this Lord in.
It's not like they didn't know he was there.
Damage
They
department
just
right
still
now in
engaged.
Indonesia is so high. Four immortalities present.
I
And
mean, yeah,
one
he shouldn't
Netherrealm to
really be
complement
there
it,
the
just in
first
case
time we
things
walked
go
on it.
wrong. How can they
Wow.
defend this now?
I think
trying
this
to buy
is
some
GG.
time for the team here. They have to
Paola?
defend this. Indonesia looking to close this
Nope.
out if they
Go for
can.
the heroes.
The damage
Melissa going
comes
for the
through.
heroes.
Lord's still going to be worked on. Crystal here.
Oh.
They don't have enough sustain to
Oh.
deal with it as they clash down.
Oh,
Lord still worked
GG's.
on here. Crystal a couple
GG's.
hits away, and we're going to a game
Well played.
3. Indonesia holds on.
Mega throw
I was
from
telling you, man.
Mongolia's side.
It's
But still,
the
they played
Melissa.
both. They both played
Saken
well.
getting hands back on that
Good game, good
hero.
game.
How they actually started their playoff day right here in Yash, going back to its form, going back to its even composition. we were thinking about the Beatrix, but this time around, this recipe,
that's
paid with an
unfortunate.
Avaria, paired with an Eve, completely doing wonders, and they had amount of damage and tools And even on the late game, that's where they
You
take the
know,
window
just
to
like
strike
the
back.
first last two lowers
Love to
fights,
see that kind of game,
that's
right?
all Mongolia had to do,
a
right?
match that is just
Martis and then
back and forth,
Glue buying
back
time in
and
the
forth
front,
between these
distracting
two
them,
red
and then
squads.
back,
Again,
and then
Mongolia looked like
Ethan
they
just
had
go
a moment
around
there where
and they go for the back
possibly
line. That's like the best
swept
scenario.
Indonesia. The
But
team
this
defending
time they didn't
that
have Ethan
IESF
have Faramis,
title, right, from
and then
last year,
four
out
of
of
them
Bang.
try to
So
melt
just
Uranus
amazing
together.
their
And when
game.
Saken
Let's
saw
take a
that,
look at the
easy,
MVP
too easy for
this
Saken.
matchup. It could be anybody.
Dash,
because
inspire,
everybody did an amazing job. And Saken there, you
game
mentioned
over.
Melissa OSX. He grabs this MVP.
Wow, 8, 2, and 5.
Wait, that's not
The
Ken?
kill participation right now, man. Once the RWM has been set
Oh
up.
my god, I
we're
thought this guy
previously
was Ken
talking
from the
about this
beginning.
Ultimate Tower is a great way of
Whoops.
utilizing team fights in this kind of competition.
Whoops.
Works so much wonders
My
for
bad.
Melissa.
Muzzle up.